Good morning, December 18th, 2024. And today we have FOMC, and we are in the middle of rollover week. We have 2 more days till this contract expires. And right now we're seeing maybe about a third of the volume on the front month still. So there's still traders rolling over, and we're still stuck in this choppy area, which I mentioned a few days ago that we're likely going to shift back and forth between these two high volume nodes. And the point of control was up here, now it moves down here. And we did put some volume in this area. This right here, the 6160, is an area that we're having trouble getting above and holding it. Sellers keep selling, but it's been like very back and forth, big ranges. And now we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, including the overnight low, we have 4 lows right here. That it's I'm sure that there are some stops here that's a lot of liquidity. This is a support area. You can see that this is the last week's low, and in the last 20 days or so we barely traded it in volume here. So if we get below here and we don't bounce right away, I would expect sellers to start pushing and bring us back down to 60.85. We did have a target here, 60.97, so that's the first target I would look for, and then if the selling continues, then I would look for that 60.85. And then if you look at this this area right here, so this was we had some balance here, then we dropped here, then we came back to it. So I don't know if I can draw a thing here? How do I draw a freaking square? I never draw squares, so. Rectangle, okay. So this area right here. So basically, if we start trading inside this area, then I would expect a move through this pretty quickly if sellers start pushing in, right, into the 60.50 area, right? There's gonna be some support here at the weekly pivot and the moving averages, so maybe a bounce before that, but I'm looking at this whole area as one range. But not sure we're gonna get that today. The expected move for today is about 35 points, which would put us around the target that I have mentioned, the 60.97. And then if we are able to move above where we're at right now, yesterday we couldn't get into the value for this session. Overnight, we tried for a little bit and we just dropped after the 8:30 releases. So if we try again, if we are able to get into this distribution from the overnight session, then I would expect this point of control to be tested. I'm gonna show here 61.54.50. So watch value area and the this upper distribution from the overnight session and see if we are able to trade above it, then look for 61.54. And above that, we have that resistance area, which is at 61.59 to 61.61. And then above that, then we have this 61.66 high volume node, and then from there we're very close to new all-time highs. So the whole range is at play today, in my opinion. And then for NQ, we have we still have this untested the balance target at 22,620. Yesterday we had an inside day, so today the rule says that you have to go with the side that breaks, right? We did have during the overnight session we broke to the downside, then we failed to hold, then we by a couple of ticks broke to the upside and then came down. So watch the reaction at the extremes of yesterday's range today, and see if those breaks leave single prints, and then go with the break. Same thing on the downside, in my opinion. If we get back inside this day's range, basically below the previous week's high, then the target is right here at 22. What is it? 22.95. And then this day is a double distribution, so there's gonna be some support right here at this area. So at this level I will be looking for a bounce, and if we don't get a bounce, then look for a move through this range back to the 21,900s. All right, crude oil. Yesterday I said that it was not gonna be easy to get back to that 62.20, and we kind of were grinding down the whole day, and then we bounced. We couldn't get there, and now we're testing above this weekly pivot area, and the 69.60 is becoming the area with more volume. So I'm thinking that we're gonna trade in this range, and then the point of control is gonna shift up here. That's what it's starting to look like. It's, unless of course we get below this low volume area, then that would change things, and then that means that we're rejecting this area and we're coming back into the 68.20. We have some nice liquidity here, a few highs that if we trade above 71.10 and fail to hold, then I would be looking for a move down into the 69.60. So in fact, I'm gonna set an alert for crude if it's above 71 to start looking for a short. All right. Gold still in the range, keeps rejecting higher prices. Eventually, if in my opinion, if it keeps rejecting the higher prices, then we're likely to see a move down, attempting to break below these ranges, just because we can't get higher. So what happens is that the market is looking for balance, right? And then trying to we know that there's sellers up here. We have to see where the buyers are, so we need to test. We know right now that there's some buyers here, but I think that we haven't tested the low side of the range in a while, so there's a chance that we lose this range at least temporarily and then maybe come back into the 2664. Usually FOMC days gold moves, so keep an eye on gold. Okay, that's about it. We have at 2 p.m. Eastern time, we have Fed speaking, and then there's the press conference at 2:30, which that is actually the one to pay attention, because at 2 p.m. I think the decision is already made or priced in. So unless we get something else, the forecast is a quarter point cut. So if they don't cut a quarter point, then we could get a big reaction. And if they do, then watch for the press conference and see what happens at 2:30. All right, good luck.